ईश्वरं वा सुता श्रीमन् पूर्वा सन्ध्या प्रवर्तते उत्तिष्ठ सत्यसाईश कर्तव्यम् देवामानिकम्.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Satsang. Okay, let's stay where we are. Take a deep breath or two. Center yourself in this moment, this energy. This loving awareness. And bring your awareness to your heart. One of the great tests of the seeker, especially in times like these, is the ability to center oneself in the heart, in the middle of what may appear to be absolute chaos, which can be anything from emotional turmoil, mental turmoil, physical turmoil of your own body, and collective turmoil on all of those fronts as well. The ability to recognize in the moment that one has only to choose to detach from the level of identified story to the energy of the heart. It is a choice. And when we truly, truly not only comprehend that, but have our first true experience of that, it is a game changer. Because at that point, we know it is possible. And not only possible, but very doable. Just as a matter of continuing to hone the skill. But no more do we doubt that we can ever get there. And until that time, when we are tested and pass that particular initiation, all we can do is to strive to move closer to that goal and to remain determined that we continue to attempt to do our best every time something comes forward where we recognize we're out of our center. To bring the awareness back to now. Into the perfection of the present moment. Knowing that any story we may have been focused on and engulfed by will likely still be there when we choose to move our attention back to it. But we no longer have to be at the mercy of anything exterior to our beingness. So, that being said, from the space of your heart, let's set our intention on moving up and out of the form and following that heart energy into the unified field grid so that we may place ourselves in service this evening. You find yourself there, just be observant and aware of the energies that are currently running through the grid. I'm going to call on the Holy Spirit at this time and ask for your assistance in our service work this evening. Thank you. I'm feeling very called to call on Archangel Gabriel at this time as well to be present with us during our service work. I'm seeing this evening being given a very, very strong prodding, we'll say. I'm looking at this battle being waged, and it's interesting, it's coming through that way, and it's based around the heart. And of course it would be. The battle's never with the heart. It's just that the excuse me, someone must need some stuff cleared tonight. It's never that the heart is the issue, right? The heart is eternally expanding. It's just at the level of the ego, that constriction that happens through the identification, it occurs around the spiritual heart center, and it compresses. Remember, the eternal is eternal expansion, and the opposite of that, which would be what is not eternal, what is the ego or the lower mind, is the exact opposite of expansion. It's contraction, compression. And what I'm getting tonight is this movement, this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth between the heart, the ego, the heart, the ego, the heart, the ego. And that is the way of the journey. One doesn't wake up in the heart to find oneself kind of locked in, and from that point forward, it's not, unless it's the perfect timing for that for an individual, but usually it is a battle that is waged for lifetimes, back and forth and back and forth. And sometimes we're in and identified, and then in the timing where we can see through that identification, then we can come out in the space of awareness. For however long we are then graced with the ability to hold that level of our consciousness before we're tested again and dive back in. And the energy of it is very strong. I had a student recently who had to do some very deep work, and in that work she was shown what needed to happen, and she knew it was simple enough to do. 3 simple words just had to be formed by her vocal cords. But finding the the inner will to do that was a battle, an absolute battle, and felt like a battle because it was. And this is my message tonight, very strongly on behalf of humanity. This is humanity. Remember, this is the global initiation. Global initiation. This is no minor thing. This is a very, very big deal that we're in the middle of. And boy, there's so much pulling at us now. So much pulling all the time. I mean, one only needs to open their phone to some news or turn on the TV or the radio, and there are just a multitude of things to grab at you and get you to emotionally, mentally identify with the story that upsets you or makes you feel self-righteous, makes you judgmental, moves you to a space where you're incapable of experiencing yourself as your heart and seeing the other as that eternal heart. This is the challenge of this initiation. Can we see all of humanity with all of its complexity and all of its failings? Can we see what lies underneath? That it is the one eternal heart endeavoring to express itself as that heart, but being blocked by a program that has taken over consciousness. I call on Archangel Gabriel this evening. I'm going to ask that we all focus on the second ray, this beautiful golden ray of wisdom and love, because this is what is needed in the hour. So many of us came in on the second ray, or that is our primary ray, because that is what this planet needs, what this humanity needs if it is to wake up from its slumber. Wisdom coupled with love. The ability to see clearly and to remain focused. And to never lose sight of our compassion. The all as the eternal. So I'll ask you to work that second ray tonight as we go into this meditation, and allow it to move wherever you feel called in, on, or around the planet. All right. Let's let the rest of that second ray energy run through you, down into the planet. We are being thanked for our endeavor this evening by Archangel Gabriel. I ask that you reciprocate those thanks. Thank you, Gabriel, for being there to assist us. And thank you, Holy Spirit. Now you can bring your attention back to the physical form. Breathe deeply. Just allow your awareness to move back to this point of linear space and time where the form rests. Thank you for your service work tonight.